Hi folks. So question 3. The first part A is writing down the coordinates. So you just have to remember that you go across first and then up or down. So left or right first and then up or down. So it asks us for the coordinates of P. So P is up here. So you have to go from the origin, you have to go to -1 and then up to 3. So -1, 3 is all you have to put in there. Part B then, the equation of the line PQ is x plus 7y equals 20. Using this, or otherwise, find the coordinates at the point where the line PQ crosses the y-axis. Whenever I'm explaining this, I always go through. So if you think about it, that line is going to cross the y-axis somewhere. So if you think about all of the points that are on the y-axis, for example, the point 0, 1 is on the y-axis, the point 0, 2 is on the y-axis. The point 0, 3 is on the y-axis. The point 0 minus 5 would be on the y-axis. Basically, every point that's on the y-axis, what you see that has in common is that the x value is always 0. So if we're trying to find the point where this line is on the y-axis, what we're going to do is we're going to let x be 0. So if I let x be 0 there, 0 plus 7y equals 20. And then, so 7y equals 20. And then to get what y is, we do 20 divided by 7. So it'll just be about 2.9, I'd say. Or we can just leave it like that. So the answer is going to be 0, 20 over 7. Part C then, a new road is being built through the point 6, 2. On the coordinate diagram, it will be a straight line segment which is perpendicular to PQ. Work out the equation of this new road. So when you see perpendicular, you need to remember that there's something going on with the slopes here that you're going to have to calculate. So the slope of a line perpendicular to another line is minus the reciprocal. So we'll go through how to calculate that in a second. So the point 0.62 anyway is here. So what's happening is that there's a new road being built along here. So that's perpendicular, that makes a right angle with that road. So we know that the point 0.62 is on the line. Ultimately, what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to use the equation of a line formula. So that's y minus y1 equals m by x minus x1. So we already know a point that's on the line. So we know what what y1 and x1 is. We can use the point 0.62. So we can use x1, y1 for that. We need to find the slope, though. The slope is the bit that's missing. So the m that's in front of the x minus x1. So the line PQ is x plus 7y equals 20. Now we know that the slope of the new line is perpendicular to the slope of this line. So what we have to do first is calculate the slope of this line. So a couple of ways of doing it, but if you change around the equation so that it's in the form y equals mx plus c, then the slope will be the thing that's in front of the x. So let's just change around. So let's move over the x to the right hand side, or subtract x from both sides. So we get 7y equals, when you move over the x, it becomes a minus x or a minus 1x. So 20. And then in order to get it into the form y equals mx plus c, we need just a y on the left hand side. So we're going to divide everything by 7 then. So that will leave us with just y on the left hand side. And here, really, there's a 1 in front of that x, so we're going to get minus 1 over 7x plus 20 over 7. Now, the slope of the line PQ then has to be the minus 1 over 7. So let's go back and to what we were saying at the start. The line perpendicular to PQ, which is the line that we want, would be the slope of it will be minus the reciprocal. So let's do minus the reciprocal of minus 1 over 7. So minus minus will become plus, so it'll be plus 1 over 7. And reciprocal just means that you flip. So you flip bottom onto top and top onto bottom. So you flip them around. So you're going to flip around the 7 and the 1 there. And then we're going to get 7 over 1. So minus the reciprocal would be just 7 over 1 or 7. So m of perpendicular line is 7. So we know what m is then to put it into the formula, and we know that 6, 2 are the x1 and y1. So let's just put them all in then. So we get y minus 2, because y1 is 2, equals 7 by x minus 6. And then we just need to make it look a bit nicer then, so we can multiply the 7 into the bracket. So 7x minus 7 sixes are 42. Actually, it tells us to give the answer in this form here. So we need to move over the 7x onto the left-hand side. So when it moves over, it becomes minus 7x, or we're subtracting 7x from both sides. Plus y there on the left-hand side. And then we can move over to minus 42 or add 42 to both sides. So when you add 42 to the left-hand side, you should get 40. And equal 0 is just left on the right-hand side then. So then we're done. That's the answer in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. The distance PQ on the diagram is 7.1 centimeters, correct to 1 decimal place. 5 millimeters on the diagram represents 100 meters. So use this to work out the actual distance from PQ. So let's so here's P and here is Q. So I know it's on the diagram, but just so we can see it from here, just to make sense of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, 5 millimeters, that's the same thing as 0.5 centimeters. So just so we have everything in the same units here, because we're given centimeters. So 5 millimeters is 0.5 centimeters. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many of these 0.5 centimeters are in PQ. So 0.5 centimeters is very small. So you imagine that there's 7.1 centimeters there altogether. So 0.5 centimeters, then there might be one there and another one here, another one here, and another one here. So I want to see how many 0.5 centimeters are in 7.1 centimeters. I'm going to do 7.1 divided by 0.5. 7.1 divided by 0.5 is 14.2. So there's 14.2 of them in that then. So then each one of those 14.2 of them represents 100 meters. So let's multiply it by 100 then. And we need to be careful. So that's multiplied by 100 meters. So that's going to be 14.20. So that's our answer in meters. But if you look back at the question again, it asks us at the end to give your answer in kilometers. So 1,420 meters. The way we change that into kilometers is we're going to divide by 1,000. So that is 1.42. And then we changed it to kilometers. So 1.42 kilometers is our final answer. So there's a lot of converting between everything there. It goes millimeters, there's millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers all involved in it. So you have to be comfortable with converting between them.